Al, once again,
Mm-hmm.
we've come to the end of the road.
It's true.
It is the season, probably series finale of YOHANE the PARHELIon, Sunshine in the Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about that here today on Jared and Al Watch, YOHANE the PARHELIon, Sunshine in the Mirror. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Lady
Hello.
This is episode number 13, where we are discussing episode 13 entitled Once Again Today. It's time to wrap everything up
I'm sad to see it
in a
go.
neat little bow.
Sort of.
Sort of, yes. We begin this episode. We get I guess, a little telling of the story Mari's been kind of trying to tell YOHANE this whole time about, there's residents and it's.
Resonance.
That's what. Yeah, I said resonance.
Oh, I thought you said
No, I
residence.
said resonance. It just said it very funky like.
Okay.
There's resonance. It is tied to people's emotions. If things go bad, bad things happen. But if people come together with good emotions, good things happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of just the short of it. And also, if someone sings, it helps as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of the gist of it. But now we get back into the actual episode where things are very bad because the calamity is still ongoing. The whole town's enveloped. There's a weird thing in the sky. Everyone's just very confused and unsettled, very worried, trying to get people out of here if they need to, sheltering people if they can't leave, all that sort of stuff. Yo's out giving supplies to people, and she runs into Kanan, who comes to help her, but her frog robot has taken a little napski because of the surrounding calamity.
I was so sad when the frog went away.
Took a little nap.
I was like, if they are going to take this frog out, I'm gonna cry.
I do love that they just leave him at the pier, but they put a little. They just wrap his
They,
head up.
they put a little cloak on him.
Yeah, just be safe.
Yeah, you gotta keep him warm and safe from the elements.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's happening. Rico and Mari are together. They're sheltering people at Rico's place. Chica and her family are sheltering people at the inn. Hanamaru is there as well. Daya and Ruby are in their headquarters where they're with everyone trying to figure out a way through this crisis, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone else I'm missing here? Daya, Ruby, Chica, Hanamaru, Rico, Mari, Yo, Kanan. That's 8. Okay, that is everyone accounted for.
Yay.
But yeah, there's a little girl who asked Hanamaru if everything's gonna be okay. She's like, "Yeah, everything's gonna be okay. Someone's gonna help us, lead the way." She's obviously talking about the YOHANE.
She's like looking out the window.
Mm-hmm.
YOHANE.
Things are going very bad for Daya because they are just trying to figure out a way through this. They are running out of options. Her bike and suit are on the fritz. They eventually lose power and are on emergency backup power because the animals are coming. They heard there's bread here. They want to get rid of it all.
They have to destroy the bread.
Mm-hmm. They eventually find YOHANE, but before that, Ruby goes off to try and help out with people in the building just to, make sure they're okay. And there's this rare moment of Daya just losing it because she's like, I've run out of options. I don't know what to do anymore.
Daya crying and Ruby running off and being like, I'll go help. I was like, what?
It's very weird.
What? When Ruby's the brave one, you know you've got a problem.
Big Rube.
I was like, whoa, Ruby, brave.
But Daya's assistant basically kind of snaps her out of it and gets her back into go mode.
Gets her in the game.
Yeah, and she's like, all right, where's YOHANE? Let's figure out where she is and everything. And they pull up an image and YOHANE's just at the beach with Lilaps. They're just sitting, or they're just standing there.
Hanging out.
YOHANE goes into this monologue about, her feelings and all that sort of stuff, and she eventually is able to telepathically talk to everyone. Is like, hey, I need your help. We need to sing.
Mm-hmm. She uses her staff as a cell phone.
Yes, that is the way to describe it. Eventually, like everyone hears that and everything, so they rush to where she is, and they're like, "Hey, what's up? We're here to help you." And they all get together, and they fly into the sky to sing. We get a new Aqua song called La La Yuki no Uta, or La La Song of Courage.
Oh, I just saw the la la part.
Yeah. I don't know if this does the same thing as like Kiseki Hikaru, where it's like it takes part of the original soundtrack and kind of like implements it into this song.
Oh, that would be
I
cool.
don't know if that's the case. I'd have to go back and listen, but it felt like there was a piece of music that was kind of flowing through this episode that had a similar tone, but it could just be they were similar.
Leitmotif-ish.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um.
I love leitmotifs.
So they we get a very just like traditional Aqua performance here with like just the way it is shot and the dance routine and all that sort of stuff.
The outfits even kind of look similar to like for single outfits.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, they have like the ties or their school uniform ties for everyone, their specific year ties. It's interesting just because like it feels that this is the most sunshine this series gets in terms of that. So they try and do that, but they're eventually thwarted by the Calamity, who just knocks everyone out of the air and puts YOHANE into a bubble. Little bubble.
Little bubble. Everybody loses their outfits.
Yeah. YOHANE is basically in this like void where she's been before, where like essentially it's her like inner self, you would presume, because like that's just how these kind of things goes, where she's in ankle deep water.
Self-doubt.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Naruto.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Well, there's like parts of, or a lot of parts of Naruto where like we gotta explain Naruto here for a second.
Okay.
There is a fox demon inside of Naruto who wants to eventually like take over him and like run rampage and kill a bunch of people. But there's a lot of like scenes in Naruto where like he has to confront this demon in order to like get to know it, eventually kind of like befriend it so they can use the powers together. And, you know, he can become more powerful and all that sort of stuff. And it's basically shot in this similar type of way where, like, he's inside himself and he's in, like, this, like, ankle-deep water, essentially. So, very similar to that, at least. That's kind of, like, just the go-to thing I would think of because I've seen that a lot in that series. So, that's immediately what I thought of. But, yeah, it's YOHANE, like, reminiscing about stuff. And, like, Lilaps calls out to her and a feather falls from the sky and she can hear the voices of her friends calling out to her.
Wow, we've never seen feathers before.
And then you hear a bork as well. She's like, "Oh, I'm back." And she shows up. She immediately is out of the bubble and right on the ground with all the other girls. And they're ready to sing again. To take this calamity down. And they're able to do that through the power of the feather, which turns blue near the end to take care of the calamity. And I was just like, yeah, let's go.
Yes.
I love it.
Yep.
Love to see it.
Love to see it.
And they're able to break the calamity out, and clear skies are for Numazu once again. Everyone's very happy about that.
Yay!
Yeehaw.
The calamity is gone.
We get a little like wrap up of everyone, like what they're doing post the calamity. It's trying to fix Numazu and all that sort of stuff.
The cannons are down.
Yeah, Yo's got to run around and she can't fly through the air, but she's got like a bird friend now.
Yeah, I don't know where the bird
which
friend
is pretty
came
cool.
from, but like legit.
It's real nice. Daya's like walking through the halls and like people are like, "Hey, we got to do this. We got to do this." And he's like, "You know, you're right. We got to do these things, but first we should make sure everyone's happy and like secure after everything has gone down."
And she got a ponytail.
And then her assistant's like, "Yo, we got our budget doubled. We're fine. No worries.
No worries.
No worries."
The budget doubling line was good.
It's really good. Chica's cleaning up the beach in front of her inn, and her family's, you know, taking care of customers and everything. There are 3 sets of eyes, very, very noticeable in Shitake's doghouse.
Yep.
Just thought that was very good.
Yep. It's a good callback there.
Kanon's out fixing things. Her robot's back, who woke up after the calamity was dissipated.
They gotta fix a man's engine.
Yeah. The frog throws a drill, an electric drill at Kanon, just tosses it
Drill
up at her.
first.
She's like, "Yick, all right." They're like, "That's fine, whatever."
And so dangerous.
You are dangerous robot. Hanamaru was selling bread again, and they're like, these ladies are like, "Oh, we're so happy you're out selling bread again. You were closed for a bit. We were worried." And you're like, "Yeah, some of us were kind of going through a little bit more rough times than others." And she pets her pig, and all that. Rico, not Riku.
Not
This is
Riku.
not Kingdom Hearts. Rico is out checking on the deer and everything after everything, just to make sure they're okay and all that. Suki's taking pictures of her. She's like, you were looking real cute. And Rico's like,
You're adorable.
These were research photos. And then the younger gals are like, well, you're a Numazu gal now, so
I did like that they like you're part of Numazu now.
you get to have your
Aw,
photo
cute.
taken.
Cute.
Mari's teaching kids about resonance and all that sort of stuff. The tall tale of Numazu, spooking them, but also giving them hope. And then Ruby's like, "Hey, we got sandwiches. Let's eat. Let's eat some food."
Shiny.
That was really good.
It was really good.
And then we see Yohane on the stump singing the Lilaps, and Yohane talks to Lilaps about like how she feels after everything that's happened and all that. She's gonna stay in Numazu because she feels like this is where she's supposed to be and everything, but she still hasn't figured out her mom's homework yet. So that's a thing. Also, her mom does come home. We see her come home.
Mom does come
even
home.
though
We
Yohane
also
is not
see-
there.
We also see an audition happening
Yes.
where they talk about like, oh, well, we saw you scouted her. What happened?
And he's like, "Oh, she turned us down, but I bet she's out singing somewhere."
Yep.
Do 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 do. We get more credits where we get to see baby versions of all the characters.
There's a baby.
This is like the one,
including like Chica's sisters.
yeah. This is the one time we get to see that Yo and Tsuki are related.
Yes, and we get to see Shitake is a younger puppy.
Yeah,
Still big.
still big dude.
Still very big. Big doog. Everybody's so cute when they're little.
It's very good. There's another scene of Tokyo. It's what they call it, Todai. Whatever. It's Tokyo.
It's Tokyo.
Where we see a hip duo
Mm-hmm.
just hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's it.
They like zoomed in a little bit on like the chin area. I was like, no way. No way. No. And then they zoomed out. And I'm like, and then they do nothing.
Yeah, we get a brief shot of Saint Snow in Tokyo just hanging out. And I was like, oh,
Using a
man.
They
Oh,
look so stylish.
they look so cool.
They look really cool.
Oh, man. That's
I
very
kind of
good.
lost my mind a little bit.
I did as well.
Yeah, it's good legit.
We see Yohane writing in the sand,
Mm-hmm.
and she's talking about just monologuing, and then the girls show up and like, hey, we want to sing again. But of course, in order to do that, we need you with us. So we should all sing together again. It'd be really
Let's
fun.
sing together.
And they're all like, yay! And Lilaps is like, bork.
Bork, bork.
And that's how we wrap up this season.
You think we'll get another season?
I would say no, because I feel like they wrapped this story up really just like as well as you could, and I don't know exactly what else you could do here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a fantasy setting; you can do literally whatever you want.
I was just wondering if they pulled from like the manga that they've been publishing, like in the
Yeah,
like, Love
I mean
Live
that's totally a thing they could do.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Lilaps doesn't talk in that one, so
we'd be more. It'd be more more of a thing if we got like a one-off or something.
like an OVA.
Yeah, that's what I would bank on.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't like I said I would bet that we don't get a second season. I'm not gonna like lose or not hope that we do because I would love to see that.
Yeah.
But I would doubt that happens.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean, it would be an opportunity for them to do more songs and stuff.
Mhm.
So, I could see the company being excited about that. But it might also just depend on like what are the girls up to? What are their schedules like?
Yeah, of course.
Like, are they okay with doing another season? Um, but I feel like there is material they could pull on to do one if they wanted to. The problem would be like, do they do like slice of life-ish, or do they have like an overarching theme if they try and do another one like they did with this one with the Calamity?
Yeah, I mean, like essentially, this whole season was like, we have this calamity happening, but it's also a lot of Yohane having to figure out who she actually is, her finding her confidence in herself, all of that sort of stuff. Like having this entire character arc, which she is basically gone through.
Right.
So, I think
Where do we go from
the
there?
real question is like, what would be the hook of a second season?
Yeah, I don't know what the hook would
Yeah,
be. Um, but it was great to see them all.
yeah,
It was awesome to see all our Sunshine gals back and in a different setting,
hmm
and Ruby being brave, which I think is a good callback to like how like movie Ruby and everything is a lot more assertive,
hmm
and it kind of becomes like the de facto leader of the first years
yeah,
who are now second years. Um, because she gets a little bit over being baby.
hmm
Um, but yeah, I could see them more doing something like the oh shoot, I'm forgetting the Nijion. I could see them doing something more like Nijion
hmm
in the future than like a full-on second season.
yeah.
Like little shorts.
Just give me Saint Snow and whatever they if they do something next.
Man, that's all I'm asking for. You can't tease me like that and give me nothing.
Yeah.
They looked so
They
cool.
looked so cool.
Ah!
But yeah, more to your point, like I did think they did a good job of like making this different than Sunshine. Like obviously, story wise and setting wise and just thematically it is
hmm
different. But I think they did a good job as well, like making the characters familiar but different.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you
Which
entirely
is
on that.
something that is very hard to do, especially with well established characters like Aqua I've already been. So, but
hmm
they, like I said, they have like there are pieces of those characters in these characters, but they do much different things with them, and like they
Right.
give them different relationships to have as well, which I thought was a really good touch as well and a good idea.
hmm
Because it would have been easy to just like fall into the traps of like let the third years, the second years, and the first years run together and all that sort of stuff. Um, Chica and Yo can be friends and all that. Blah 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 blah. But
Right.
doing it this way where you get these different pairings like Yo and Kanan, Rico and Mari, um, like Yohane and Hanamaru are more closely linked in this than I think they are technically in Sunshine, even though like they were friends prior to everyone meeting and all that sort of stuff. Um,
Right.
it just led I think to more interesting and different story elements that they did here than if they would just stuck with like what everyone already knew. So I thought that was a really good idea that they did.
I was gonna ask, did Kanan get more screen time and personality in this one than she did in Sunshine after she stopped being the villain?
I would say she probably did get more screen time just because obviously Sunshine is longer,
hmm
but I think she has a more interesting personality in this than she does in Sunshine.
I agree with you.
It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that was something we said when she first was introduced, so
Yeah.
not super surprising. I
But
think,
now she has a frog friend.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
I think the only thing that I would say is like a negative of this is that like the start and stop with the calamity stuff
Yeah.
kind of made the overall flow of the story a little off kilter. Because at the end of the day, you really still kind of don't know exactly what the calamity is. It's
Right,
just
right.
a thing.
You don't know what started it. You know that song ends it, but like
Yeah.
did it I don't know. Um that was kind of confusing.
Yeah.
And then there was the bit in the middle where they're like, "Oh, well, the Calamity's fine. Let's become friends and close so that can come up later and we will have everybody connected so that we can sing together."
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure.
So a little bit of weird pacing issues, but
Yeah.
overall, like this is I would not put this in the same tier as Sunshine just because like Sunshine's in a tier of its
Top
own,
tier.
but
Yeah.
I still had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it too. I agree with you that Sunshine is in a tier of its own. It is top tier. It is amazing, beautiful, brilliant, fantastic. Um, but it was so nice to get to hang out with them again.
Yeah, especially because like we have talked about this before. Like we definitely thought that would never be the case again.
Right, right. Like
So,
we thought after the movie it was done. And like not only are we getting that, we're getting the game,
mm-hmm,
which looks fun. We
mm-hmm,
were watching them play it the other day and it looks fun.
yep,
Apparently to win you just spend a lot of money.
yeah.
That's funny. So that'll be something to look forward to is at
Yeah,
least more content about that. And I wonder if they like are more likely to do like spin-offs of it like the game. I don't know.
maybe because it depends on how well it does.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So there we go. That is Yohane the Parhelion Sunshine in the Mirror.
We did
We
it.
did it. We had our finale, our Tokyo Mirage Sessions-esque finale.
Fire Emblem.
Yeah, you just sing together and you defeat the big boss. That's how
No,
it
you're right.
works.
You're right. You're right. This is your reminder to go play Tokyo Mirage Sessions because that game rules.
Also very true. Like, I mean, if you like this, go play that game.
Yeah.
This is
Go play that
they're
game.
very intertwined, essentially. Not, I
Yeah.
mean, they're not obviously like
They're
series
not the
aren't
same franchise or
intertwined,
anything,
but
but
thematically and all that, it's kind of similar.
yeah. Idols singing to save the day.
So there is that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this series. Unless we get more, but we don't know that as of this recording because we're talking about this the day the episode airs. So we won't know about
Correct.
that until much later down the road if there is anything. So
Correct.
maybe we'll return one day, or maybe we won't. Who knows? That's for future us to figure out.
Not current us.
No. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sec.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup, OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup, and you can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. Next week, we return to the world of Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. I hope they give us a recap.
I mean, I think we're in filler, so it probably won't get a recap, but also it won't matter.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
But either way, that's what we'll be up to next week. And then at some point next year, we'll dive into season 3 of Love Live Superstar.
Yep.
So join us next week for Inuyasha.
Inuyasha.